All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a quick update. Now, I did a story the beginning of January about the Goldsboro High School principal, Mr. Ryan Nelson, who is now suspended with pay. He was suspended on Thursday, January the 4th, and reports emerged that he had to be escorted out of the building at that time. Now, since that time, the Wayne County School Board, the Board of Education, has been very quiet concerning the reasonings that he has been suspended. Now, I received some information last week that kind of further gives some insight into the reasons why that he has been suspended. Now, of course, because there has been no official announcement on the reasonings why, this information that I'm about to relay to you is current, once again, speculation. But this is some information that I've talked to several people about in the educational sector, and they did kind of corroborate or confirm that these things were happening under Mr. Nelson's watch. Now, if you remember the first video, I did a follow-up video where people were pretty much chiming in on some past indiscretions. Some students were, saying some things that had happened in the past and that they believe that may have still been happening. And they attributed some actions to his current suspicion. Now, I do have to correct one action that was attributed to him by a student's comment that he left the door open for the seniors to pull a prank. That was not his action. If I'm not mistaken, that was the action of the previous principal whom Mr. Nelson replaced in 2019. So I do have to make that correction. But it also puzzles me that the Wayne County Board of Education has not yet released to the public the allegations or the accusations that has led to Mr. Ryan's current suspension. Now, if you recall, a few years back, there was a teacher who was selling marijuana to students. They fired him, and there were articles explaining why. If a student, I remember, a long time ago, the band teacher was allegedly messing with some of the young girls. They fired him and put that story out there. And we can go on and on about when teachers or administrators are suspended, that information is generally released to the public as to concerning why. Now, as of today, nearly, 3 weeks after his suspension, the Wayne County School Board has remained mum. And I've talked to, several people in the educational sector and even around the administrative office of Wayne County Public Schools. And, they're saying they're really keeping this really tight-lipped. So I've got some information I'm going to share with you here. And once again, this hasn't been confirmed as the reason why, but this information was given unto me and confirmed by other people that these things were happening. Now, one possible reason that they alleged that Mr. Nelson was suspended, apparently there was this administrator, and it was a staff member. I'll say that. I don't know if it was administrator, a teacher, counselor, whatever the case may be. This staff member had taken ill and fallen ill. And from my understanding, from one person I talked to, this person had been sick for almost a year, if not a year. However, it is alleged that Mr. Nelson continued to clock this staff member in so they could continue to get paid. Now, um, to me, that is an offense that definitely shouldn't happen. Now, is that a fireable offense if you consider that, stealing taxpayers' funds or, fraud? Then definitely I could see how that could be attributed to that. So that is one reason. I guess mismanagement of time. I don't know how to frame that, but it was confirmed by a few sources that yes, that did happen under his watch, and this person who was sick continued to get paid, and he was making sure that that individual was getting paid. Now, also, it is alleged that he was also involved in changing the grades of students. Now, I won't get into the particular because I do want to protect, the innocent people in this story. However, they said that he was supposedly changing grades or padding grades for particular students to ensure a class ranking. And he may have been taken away from other students' grades to ensure that certain students secured their class ranking. Now, once again, this is information that was given unto me and has been, somewhat verified. Now, allegedly, the report cards were supposed to go out, right around January the 4th, right around January, that week where he was suspended. But according to this source, they actually had to hold Goldsboro's report cards so they could be fixed to the way that they were supposed to be. And so, I guess once this matter gets resolved, if that is the case, then, maybe the public will hear something about this matter. Now, once again, I don't know what is the big hush hush secret. Once you suspend a man with pay, everybody's minds, and I don't care who was, kind of critical of the previous two videos. Once it is said that the principal has been suspended, everybody, the mind clicks and the mind automatically says, okay, what did he do? So I don't think it is disingenuous or irresponsible for people to start pouring in information or even speculation on the reasons that they may have about, this suspension. But I think it's, once again, it's almost disingenuous or, dishonest for the school board to keep this information away from parents, patrons, and even students who may have been or may have not been affected by his actions. Now, lastly, when he was escorted out of the building, it was said that he knew that he wasn't even supposed to be there on that particular day. Now, from the information that I've received, that he was there on that particular day to actually confront the individual who may have ratted him out. Now, I can see that happening. You're talking about a man who's, trying to provide for his family, and you're putting his livelihood at risk by exposing something that he is doing that may put his job in jeopardy. I can see how that could be a reasoning that he was out there, and maybe these allegations of him confronting that individual may be substantiated. Nevertheless, I guess he was escorted out. I don't know. Some people first told me it was by the superintendents, but also people told me that it may have been by authorities. I'm not sure. You don't quote me on that. But there's still been no definitive information to the public giving on why Mr. Nelson is no longer or currently under suspicion as Goldsboro High School principal. So once again, y'all know my number. It's 919-587-7782. If anybody has any information or can confirm or deny this other information that I've received, feel free to reach out. Because once again, this is Goldsboro High School. This is my alma mater. And since I've graduated, I've just heard so many scandals and mishaps that I would have never, or I never experienced in my 4 years there, or even in my sister's 4 years previous, or even sometime afterwards. I don't know what happened after 2000, where things just seem to go awry, and I don't know the way to pinpoint what has happened to Goldsboro High School. But I definitely am still concerned because once again, I know children who go there. I know people who work there, and I know that this is a trying time. It's not a feasible or conducive environment for learning for young children to have to endure. So hopefully Wayne County Public School Board, Mr. Ken Dirksen, Superintendent Mark Wichard, will give us something. Although the current board members will give us something to go on, so at least we can kind of get a feel, or at least have some knowledge as tax-paying citizens of this county, of this city. So peace and blessings. Y'all have a great evening.